if I burn some questions off quickly?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna let Webb know that we're doing this.
Oh, that's right. How are you this morning?
Good, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Good. Did you get some sleep? No.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah.
Much nicer day than yesterday.
Yeah.
Much nicer day
We're not
today.
blown around
Not
out here
blown
today.
Yeah.
We were out there, but man, air quality sucks.
It's terrible.
It
Yeah.
is, and you could say that. You could say it sucks.
It's
It
terrible.
sucks.
Yeah.
It was like hard to sleep last night.
Yeah.
Scenario.
It was. It was coming into the house that we have.
Okay, you guys stay at a house.
Well, all of the evacuees are in the hotels, and we try and allow them to have that space.
Yeah.
So our whole shop got an Airbnb, and
Oh,
we're just
good.
sharing
That's a good
everything.
use,
So
yeah.
yeah.
And it's not in Greer.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready, Mr. Chad?
And I'll just look right at you.
And you look
Perfect.
At me. Is that okay?
No, that's fine.
And then, as of right now, the schedule for information coming from you, which is extremely helpful, so know
Thank
that
you.
ahead of time, is 8 today and 8 tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll be putting out our media release this morning. Now that we have extra hands, we'll be
Yeah.
getting that out this morning. And yeah, so that should be coming. I don't know. I think we're just doing one release right now a day,
Okay.
but that could change. But
Alrighty. Here we go. Tiffany, first and last name, just so it's going to be spread between others. First and last name for you.
sure, Tiffany Davila, Davila, and I'm one of the public information officers with the team assigned to the fire.
So what a difference a day makes. At this time yesterday, it was really, really windy, and that fire was really starting to kick up. It seemed like it was climbing over hills. What are you taking advantage of with the lack of wind, and also how is air quality playing a role in all this?
Well, we definitely don't have red flag warnings today, which we've experienced over the last couple of days. So that's really going to play a significant role in fire activity and fire behavior. The winds are going to decrease slightly. We're going to take advantage of that again today and hopefully launch some heavy aircraft. We haven't really been able to fly any LATs or single engine air tankers because of the winds. We were able to utilize water scoopers yesterday. We took advantage of a break in the wind. But today, because of the decrease in wind, we should be able to utilize heavy aircraft. We will be utilizing water scoopers, and then we'll be utilizing our Type 1 and our Type 3 helicopters that are assigned to the fire. However, we don't want to get complacent. We don't want to get our hopes up. Once these temperatures warm up today, those relative humidity levels are going to drop, and we could see another day of extreme fire behavior. However, those winds will be a little bit less when we're talking about wind gusts. I think 25 miles per hour is what the gusts are supposed to be for today. So still challenging the lines. The resources will be out on the line, putting in containment line and hoping those lines hold in the wind today.
Yeah. How important is it to make sure you get an attempt at containment ahead of more forecasted winds this weekend?
Well, this is a challenging fire in many ways. Not only is it wind driven, but the fuels that it's burning through are drought stricken. It's burning in the wallow fire burn scar. Usually when a fire hits a burn scar, it kind of slows down or dies out. Not in this case. There's a lot of regrowth. There's a lot of green grass. There's a lot of dead and down that the fire is burning in. It's also a safety issue. There's a lot of snags in that burn area, so crews are having to be mindful of that. So it's been very active since the day this fire started. So it's going to take some time to get containment on this fire because of the multiple challenges. Even though the winds are going to decrease today, they're going to increase tomorrow, and we could see more extreme fire behavior over the next couple of days.
So air quality today, well, it's not terribly bad outside the dome. It is really rough around town. What should we know about how poor the air quality is for this part of Apache County?
Yeah, just, if you have smoke sensitivities, you may have to move down to a lower elevation, kind of out of this area, because we will see the smoke infiltrate across the area of the White Mountains for a couple of days, if not longer. There's some good tools online. The Arizona Department of Environmental Quality has a smoke report. We have an IMET coming in, which is an incident meteorologist. They'll be able to help forecast that smoke as well. Not only are they helpful for the fire in terms of weather and spot weather forecasts, but they'll be able to work and provide additional smoke reports to help with this area.
What needs to happen, Tiffany, to let residents back into Greer? This is a lot of okay, I would imagine that containment will start to happen here in the coming days. Let's hope. What needs to happen to get back home?
We need to make sure that the area, especially in Greer, is secure. They do have the heel anchored in, They've been monitoring that line in that area for the last couple of days, and it is holding. But again, we have some increased weather coming in, and in the terms of winds over the next couple of days. They want to make sure that it's absolutely secure. The fire is not a threat. The last thing we want to do is put people back into their homes and have to re-evacuate them again.
All right, so, and what do you want people to know about determining the cause of this? We've heard a little bit about it that's been posted by some actual folks that live here and the people that work here. What do you want to say about determining the cause?
So we have investigators arriving to the fire today. They'll be arriving at the point of origin and they'll start their work. It's probably, and again, I can't speak for the investigators. I can say generically, sometimes investigations are quick and sometimes they take quite some time depending on all of the information that they have to gather and the evidence that may be at the point of origin.
Okay. All right. Is there something that we can help? That what you need? What do you need from the public today?
That's a good question. I think if you see a firefighter around town in the Eager area or Springerville, just to say thank you. They're going to be away from their families and friends for at least 2 weeks, if not longer. You know, a simple thank you goes a long way to these guys and gals, and we appreciate them. And we appreciate the public for having patience with us. It's going to take some time to get this fire fully suppressed, but these firefighters are working as hard and as safe as they can to put some containment on the map and get those people that are evacuated back into their homes as fast as they can.
On containment, you spoke with me about the definition of containment, still at zero, and you mentioned it started the day yesterday that it was going to be at zero. When can we see that meter starting to move, you think?
You know, a good question. We can't put our finger on that. We don't know. We could have a great day today and the lines hold, and we could have challenging winds come in tomorrow, and we've got multiple spot fires and the fire slops over the line. So, you know, we're just being cautious. We don't want to give out too much hope to the public because we understand that people are away from their homes. But again, these firefighters are working safely, as diligently, and as quickly as they can to put some containment on the map.
Okay. Anything?
We're still on 7,000 acres, right?
7,052 acres. Again, those numbers could change as the day progresses. 400 plus personnel assigned to the fire. Ground resources, air operations. If we need more resources, we have them available.
You also mentioned that humidity, I don't know if I pronounced it right, that helps overnight too.
It does. So increased humidity adds moisture, which calms fire behavior. But as the temperatures warm up, we're adding the heat back to the fuel. The fuel is starting to engage with the warm temperatures, and that's when we start to see that fire behavior start to pick up again.
And lastly, from the parts that are already being evacuated, they can go back, or is still there? I see the column of smoke is moving, so I don't know if the parts were evacuated can go back.
No, so we need to make it clear that all the statuses remain in effect. Go is still in place, set is still in place. People around the fire area, whether they live in Eager or Springerville, should be paying attention to the news, paying attention to the weather. You know, we could have more set and go notifications. You know, we have trigger points established when we have to make those calls. We need people to be mindful. We need people to pay attention and have those go bags ready. But as of right now, the go and set notifications for all the residents impacted remain in place.
I spoke yesterday with people who they were in a zone that was evacuated, but they remain just to, you know, keep an eye on their homes and their properties. They can stay there even though there is a evacuation zone?
So they can stay. We can't force people to leave their homes if they're evacuated. However, the challenge is if the fire shifts and the fire moves through that community, now we have to pull our resources off of the line. We have to stop suppression efforts and get our firefighters to start evacuating the people that stayed behind. So while people are more than welcome to stay behind, that is their home, just be mindful that if something happens, we have to pull our resources and jeopardize their safety to go back and get you out of your home.
What did you say, a snack?
What is the
What's a snag? It's a tree that could fall over.
Oh, yeah.
So by the wind, it could come over. So there's still a lot of that within the burn area from the wallow fire. So those are very dangerous. And so that's what firefighters have with that situational awareness if they're working in the burn scar.
And how tall can those trees?
They could be very tall. I mean, they could be, you know, decades old, that timber up there. So that's one of the biggest concerns for firefighters are snags. Firefighters have been killed by snags and severely injured. So there's a lot of that up in the wallow fire burn scar.
That's a really good point. Just another reason why not to allow people to go back immediately, because we don't know the strength of those.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is if the fire did move through areas that were evacuated, there's still a lot of hazards in that area. There's ash pits. People could fall into those. There could still be some hot spots within the interior of the fire. So we need to make sure that area is safe and secure before we allow people back into their homes, especially in the Greer area. It's still very hot in there. There's a lot of heat remaining within that vegetation. So they really need to make sure that heat is out before we can allow people back into that area.
Don't answer this question if you don't think it's helpful for the public. However, how long do you think you'll be here trying to fight this?
That is a good question. So as of 6 a.m. this morning, the Southwest Area Team 3, a complex incident management team, took command of the fire. Our assignments are 14 days. We can also extend by 7. So we could be here as long as 21 days. If the fire continues and we hit our 21 days, we could order the next incident management team up in rotation. So it just depends. We will be here. The team will be here for up to 21 days, but all of the personnel we could be up to here for as long as it takes for 100% containment.
So you're getting that Trailblazer Rewards member card?
The Circle K stamps for my
Circle K
coffee.
stamps, yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Tiffany, are you good? Thank you guys for all what you do. Thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.